Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, very good
Good morning,
morning.
ma'am.
Good morning, all. Good morning. So, Aman Shakir is here to present the seminar. I think he's not joining. He's not joined, right? Okay. So, in the last class, we were discussing about the factors affecting the value of resistance, right? Yes. So, first, once again, we can recall all these terms. After that, we can move to the next topic. So, Prajot Krishna.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Prajot Krishna, what are the factors affecting the value of resistance?
Length will be directly proportional to resistance,
Yes.
and it will be uh, inversely
I
proportional.
only need the factors, dear. You don't need to mention how it is related to resistance. One is length, okay? Another factor?
Area of cross section,
Very good. Area of cross section,
temperature,
temperature.
nature of material.
Very good. Nature of material. So there are four factors are there that depends upon the resistance of any conductor. One is nature of the materials, temperature, length and area of cross section. So my next question to Adidev. How the length of a conductor is depends upon the resistance.
The length increases, the resistance also increases.
If the length increases, resistance also increases, or we can say length is directly proportional to resistance. Good. The next question to Haynes Steve. How the term area related to resistance?
Side,
Yes. How the area related to the value of resistance?
area related to resistance.
What happens if the area of conductor increases? What happens to the value of resistance?
It decreases.
Okay, so what is the relation between them? They are directly proportional or inversely proportional?
Inversely.
They are inversely proportional. So, whenever the area increases, resistance decreases, or we can say that the factor area is inversely, not directly, the factor area is inversely proportional to the resistance. So, the next question to Savio. How the temperature is related to that of the resistance? Temperature.
Increases resistance.
What happens to resistance? I only heard the term resistance. Is it is increase or decrease? Whenever the temperature increases, what happens to resistance? The same question to who is here? Hadidi. Okay, I am sorry, to Rifa. How the temperature is related to the resistance of a conductor? What happens if the temperature increases? What happens to the value of resistance? I'm sorry, I can't hear anything due to some network issues, dear. Same question to Rose. Increases. Whenever the temperature increases, resistance is also increases, and one more factor is there, that is nature of the material. So depending upon the nature of the material, the value of the resistance is also varies. And one equation is there that is relate all these factors. What is that equation? Fia Harris.
RA by L.
What equal to RA by L?
Resistivity is equal to
Resistivity is equal to
RA by L.
resistivity is equal
Ohmmeter.
to resistivity is equal to ohm meter. My question, what is the equation that is connecting this resistance, length and area of a conductor?
R is equal to P1 by L by A.
R is equal to, is it is P?
Rho.
Rho.
It is rho, very good. R is equal to rho into L by A. It is not P, it is a Greek letter that is represented by rho, and that rho is known as resistivity. Okay, R is equal to rho into L by A, where rho is the resistivity, L is the length of the conductor, and A is the area of cross section. R is equal to rho into L by A. So my next question, what is rho or the resistivity? To John Samuel. John, what is resistivity? Unmute and say resistivity. Same question to Ashik. What do you mean by resistivity?
Stability of an
Yes.
stability of
That is resistance. The ability to oppose the flow of current is resistance. My question is, what do you mean by resistivity? What do you mean by resistivity? Who is ready to say the answer? Yes, Amina.
The electrical resistance of the conductor.
It is the electrical resistance of the conductor, but much more
Resistance
simple.
per unit length.
Very good, excellent. It is the resistance per unit length. The resistance per unit length is known as resistivity. And what is the SI unit of resistivity? Who is ready to say the answer? What is
Meter.
Ohm meter. Excellent. The ohm meter is the SI unit of resistivity. Okay. So anyway, I'm happy because you are taking initiative to say the answer right. Good. Then Aman Shakir, are you ready to present the seminar today? Aman, are you there? Okay, are you ready to present the seminar? Okay, so I think your theoretical part is okay. You are know the equation, that is in the last class we were discussing about the factors affecting the value of resistance. There are 4 factors are there: length, temperature, length, temperature, nature of the material, and temperature. And out of these 4 factors, length and temperature is directly proportional to resistance. But that is, whenever the length of the conductor increases, the resistance also increases. Whenever the temperature increases, resistance also increases. But whenever the area increases, the resistance is decreases. So we can say area is inversely proportional to resistance. And from that, we are form a relation, the relation between the resistance, length and area, and that equation is given by R is equal to, or we can write R is proportional to L by A. In order to replace this proportionality sign, we introduce a constant. That constant is known as rho. R is equal to rho into L by A. And from this equation we can calculate the rho. Rho is nothing, it is the resistivity. It is given by rho is equal to R into A by L. R A by L. This is known as the resistivity of the material. And its SI unit is ohm meter. Okay, so this is what is we are discussing in the last class. So I hope the theory is okay to you. So today we are going to do some problems, numericals based on this equations. Okay, so this is your first question. How much current will an electric bulb draw from 220 volt source if the resistance of the bulb is 1200 ohm? So what are the parameters are provided in the question?
voltage,
Yes, the voltage is given. Voltage is V equal to voltage of
220 V.
220 V. Okay, 220 V. And anything else?
R equal to 1200 ohm.
Very good. R is equal to 1200 ohm. And what do you want to calculate here?
Current,
How
I
much
equal to-
current?
I equal to V by R.
Yes. From where you get this equation? I is equal to V by R. How you get this relation? Is it is famous? Ohm's law. We know that according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. By Ohm's, yes?
You have to study.
Yes. By Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR, or from this equation we can write I is equal to V by R. I is equal to V by R. So try to solve this equation. Here the potential difference V and the resistance R is already provided. So substitute all the values and find the answer for current. Find the value of current that is flowing through electric bulb. Here electric bulb is our conductor. Okay. V is equal to 220 volt, R is equal to 1200 ohm, then I is equal to V by R. By Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR or I is equal to V by R. Here V is 220 divided by 1200. So here this 0 and this 0 cancels. So 20 divided by 120. Divided by 120. Did you get the answer? 20 divided by, sorry, 22, not 20. 22 divided by 1. S?
2.2.
0.18. Very good. 0.18. And here we are calculating the current. What is the SI unit for current? Ampere. A. So the answer is 0.18 ampere. I is equal to 0.18 ampere. And here we have a sub question. What is that? If in the place of bulb, here in the first question we are consider it as an electric bulb. Instead of electric bulb, here we are used to, and here we are going to use an electric heater. So in the place of a bulb, a heater of resistance 100 ohm is connected to the source. Calculate the current drawn by it. So here we are going to replace the bulb by an electric heater with a resistance is equal to 100 ohm. And the potential source is the same. Here only the conductor is changed. The conductor is changed into electric heater. So the electric bulb is changed into heater. And what is the resistance in this case? If we are connecting the electric heater, what is the resistance?
100 ohm.
100 ohm.
100 ohm.
Here R is equal to 100 ohm. Okay, in the above case, when we are connecting an electric bulb, the resistance offered by the electric bulb is 1200 ohm. But in the present case, the electric heater offers a resistance of 100 ohm. Then what is the current that is flowing through this electric heater? Again, we can use the same equation. I is equal to V by R. Here the electric source is the same. The potential source is the same. So V is equal to 220 volt divided by resistance is 100. You can easily calculate this.
2.2 ampere.
Yes. Here this 0 and 0 cancel. So we get 2.2 ampere.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I hope it is clear. I is equal to V by R, that is 220 divided by 100, 2.2 ampere. Okay, so now we can move to the next question. The potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. What current will the heater drawn if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? The potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. That is the first part of the question. So here we want to calculate the current that the heater will produce or it is draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt. So what are the parameters are provided here?
Volt and current.
Yes, the potential or the voltage and current is provided. The voltage in the initial case, the voltage of electric heater V is equal to 60 volt, and during that time the current I is equal to 4 ampere. Okay, so when the electric heater is connected to a voltage source of 60 volt, it draws a current is equal to 4 ampere. So that is not our question. Our question is this: what current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? So this is the first case. So when the electric heater is connected to a potential of V is equal to 60 volt, it produces a current of I is equal to 4 ampere. But in the second case, we are going to connect this electric heater V is equal to 120 volt. That is, the potential is increased to 120 volt. During that time, what will be the value of current produced here? This is what we are going to find out. How we can calculate it? How we can calculate it?
Find the resistance.
Yes, we want to find the resistance offered by the electric heater. And how we get the resistance offered by the electric heater? From this case, we get the resistance offered by the electric heater by using only the value of voltage source. Can we find out?
V by I.
Yes, R is equal to V by I, but here the value of I is not provided. So what we do?
Find from the first case.
Yes, find the resistance produced by the electric heater from the first case. So for that, here we are finding the resistance produced by the electric heater with the help of condition provided in the first case. So again here we are using our Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. So from this equation we can write resistance R is equal to V by I. So first of all, we want to calculate the resistance of the electric heater. We are going to find out the resistance of the electric heater. The resistance of the electric heater is given by R is equal to V by I. Or we can write R is equal to, what is the voltage in the first case?
60 by 4.
60 divided by 4. What is 60 by 4?
15 ohm.
15 ohm. Ohm is the SI unit of resistance. So from this case we get the resistance. We know that the resistance is a constant. Resistance is a constant for a particular material. So what is the resistance of the electric heater? The resistance of the electric heater is 15 ohm. This is the resistance offered by the electric heater in this particular case. Now we get the resistance value here. R is equal to 15 ohm. And here the voltage is increased to 120 volt. That is, V is increased to 120 volt. So here we want to calculate the current. How we can calculate current?
I equal to V by R.
Very good. I is equal to V by R. Again use the Ohm's law. I is
Ma'am,
equal
how
to,
we get the resistance?
how we get the resistance? That is your question? Okay. So here the resistance is not provided here. So what we are doing? We are consider the condition provided in the initial case. Initially, the electric heater is connected to a voltage V is equal to 60 volt. During that time, we get a current I is equal to 4 ampere. So from these two values, we can calculate the resistance by using Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. So here the value of current and voltage is provided. So we can easily calculate the resistance by rearranging the equation. R is equal to V divided by I. So from the conditions provided in the initial case, we can calculate the resistance. R is equal to V by I. So here V is nothing, it is 60 volt. And the current I is equal to 4 ampere. So 60 divided by 4 is equal to 15 ohm. And we know that the resistance is a constant. Resistance is the proportionality constant, and the value of resistance is constant for a particular material. Here the material is electric heater. So the value of this resistance 15 is constant throughout this experiment. Okay, the same electric heater we are going to connect to another potential of 120 volt with a resistance of 15 ohm. So we are using the value of resistance for our second case. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here the resistance value is R is equal to 15 ohm. We are using this resistance, or we are using the same electric heater to the next case, the next stage. And the electric heater with the resistance R is equal to 15 ohm is now connected to a potential V is equal to 120 volt.
8 ampere.
Yes. So now we are going to calculate the value of current. Again we are using the Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. From this we can calculate the value of I. I is equal to V by R. So here V is 120 divided by the resistance that we are already calculated here, 120 divided by 5. What is 120 divided by 5?
120 by 15.
Sorry, 120 divided by 15. Thank you. 120 by 15. It is 8 ampere. Okay, very good. Since here we are calculating the current, we have this unit ampere. So it is 8 ampere. So that is why we are studying the relation V is equal to IR. We are representing this in a triangle form. The Ohm's law is also known as triangle law. So from this we can calculate V is equal to IR. V is in the numerator, the letters in the denominator is IR. So V is equal to IR, or I is equal to V by R, or R is equal to V by I. You must remember all these equations. Okay. Can we move to the next question? The resistance of a metal wire of length 1 meter is 26 ohm at 20 degrees Celsius. If the diameter of the wire is 0.3 millimeter, what will be the resistivity of the metal at that temperature? Here what we want to calculate? Resistance of a metal. Yes, here we are want to calculate the resistivity. In order to calculate the resistivity, only one equation we are studying in this class. Only one equation we had discussed here. So what is that equation?
RA by
Rho equal to RA by L.
Yes, very good. Rho is equal to RA by L. Can you differentiate each term in this equation, where R is the resistance, A is dash,
Area of cross section.
area of cross section, L
Length.
length. Okay. And what are the parameters are provided here?
Length is
Yes,
26 ohm.
length is 26 ohm.
No.
Yes.
Length is
Ah,
1 meter.
1 meter, very good. Length is equal to 1 meter. Length is given.
Resistance is 26 ohm.
R is equal to 26 ohm. Okay, right. Then
Temperature is 26 degrees.
temperature is provided, but we don't need the temperature. Anyway, we can write it. 20 degrees Celsius. In this equation, there is no temperature term. So actually, we don't need that temperature here. Okay.
No, diameter of the wire is
Diameter, very good. Diameter is given, D is equal to 0.3 millimeter. It is 0.3 millimeter. What is the standard unit of length? SI unit of length.
centimeter.
Is it a centimeter? SI unit of length.
Meter.
SI unit of length is meter. But here the diameter is expressed in millimeter. So we need to convert it into meter. How the millimeter is converted into meter?
3 into no
0.3 into divided by
1000.
1000, or we can write 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Okay. So here length L is given, radius R is already provided 26 ohm. Temperature is given, but we are not need this temperature in this equation. And instead of area, here we have diameter. Diameter is equal to 0.3 millimeter. So we convert it into 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Convert the millimeter into meter. But here, students, actually we need the term area. The term area is absent. So how we can find out the area? And what is the material we are consider here? What is the conductor here in this question?
metal wire.
Yes, it is a metal wire. We know that a wire is just like this, right? This is a form of a wire. So here we can calculate the area. Actually the surface of a wire is just looks like that of a circular area, right? Here we want to calculate the area of the wire. It is exactly similar to that of a circular shape. Okay. Here we are going to find out the area of the wire, means the area, the surface area of the wire is exactly similar to that of the area of the circle. What is the equation for calculating the area of a circle?
1 by 3 pi r.
Pi r square.
Pi r square, not 1 by 3. Who is your maths teacher? Okay. The area of the circle is pi r square. Okay. Area of the circle is pi r square. Okay. Pi r is represents the radius, but the radius is provided here. Does the radius is given in this equation? No. So how we can calculate the radius? Instead of radius, they provide the diameter, right? Instead of radius, they provide the diameter. What is the relation between radius and diameter?
Diameter by 2 is radius.
Very good. R is equal to, radius equal to diameter by 2. Okay. R is equal to diameter by 2. So we can find the area. Area is equal to pi into, instead of this radius, we can substitute this diameter, because here the radius is not provided. Instead of this radius, they are providing the diameter. So we can write d by 2 the whole square. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So area is equal to pi r square, but here r is the radius. R is not provided in the question, but they will give the radius, diameter, the diameter of the metallic wire. The diameter of the metallic wire is 0.33 millimeter, or we can write it is 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. So the relation between radius and diameter is r is equal to d by 2. So the equation for area become pi into d by 2 the whole square. So now we can substitute all the values here in this equation. So here area, instead of the term area, we can write pi into d by 2 the whole square. So the equation for calculating the resistivity, rho is equal to RA divided by L. Here the resistance R. What is the resistance R? 26 ohm. Into. Instead of area, we can write this equation pi d square divided by 2. That is 3.14 is the value of pi into d by 2 the whole square. We can simplify the equation for area once again. The equation for area is equal to pi r square, but here we have the diameter, so we can write pi d by 2 the whole square, or that is equal to pi into d square divided by 2 square. What is 2 square? 4. So the equation for area becomes pi d square divided by 4. Or we can substitute the value. What is pi? 3.14. It is a constant value into what is d square? D, diameter of the wire. 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square divided by 4. So this is the value of area. We need to solve it. Area is equal to 3.14 into 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square divided by 4. We can substitute the value of area here. Yes?
For that 3.4, that 4 will never go as denominator, only for 0.3 into 10 raised to negative 3. That 4 will go as
Which one? This 3.14.
How that 4 will go the denominator for 3.14?
What is the value of pi? What is the value of pi that you are already studied in mathematics?
22 by 7.
Or
Yes.
3.14.
Yes. That 22 by 7 is equal to 3.14. That is why we are writing the value of area is equal to pi into d square. Okay, area is equal to pi into d square. Yes. What is your question?
That is pi into d square, no?
Yes.
That d square only, d square we made at d square by 4.
Yes.
But when you simplified, you make it 3.4 into negative 3 into 10 raised to negative 3 whole square. You made fully by 4.
Okay. Here. Okay, I understand. Area is equal to pi d square divided by 4, or we can write 3.14 into, instead of d square, 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square divided by 4. Now are you satisfied? Okay. So we can substitute all the values here. R is equal to 26 into, instead of this area, we can write this expression here, 3.14 into 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square divided by length into, this 4 is also here, 4. What is the length, value of length? What is the length of the metal wire?
1 meter.
1 meter. So 1 into 4. Now we are going to simplify it. 26 into 3.14 into 0.3 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square divided by 1 into 4. Four into 1 becomes 4. So what will be the final answer? 0.3 the whole square. What is 0.3 the whole square?
.9.
Yes, 0.9. 0.9, 0.3 into 0.3. 0.3 square is 0.09, right? 0.3 into 0.3. Yes. 26 into 3.14 into 0.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square. It becomes, or 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square divided by 4. We can cancel this 26 by 4. How? 26.
1.84 into 10 raised to -6.
What is the final answer? Yes, when we are solving this, we get the final answer is 1.84. 1.84 into 10 raised to minus 6. This is the final answer you are going to get. So 1.84 into 10 raised to minus 6. What is the unit? Melvin, what is the unit here?
Ohm meter.
Ah, yes, it is ohm meter. Good. Because here we are finding the resistivity. The SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter.
How we got that answer 1.84?
We want to solve it here. 26 into 3.14 into 0.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square divided by 4. Here the 26 and 4 is cancels. 26 divided by 2 is 13 and here it is 2. Again 13 into 3.4 in 14 into 0.9 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square. 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square becomes 10 raised to minus 6. 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square. That is
We can cut 3.14 by 2.
2s. It's also possible. So it is 10 raised to minus 6. So 3.14 divided by 2. What is 3.14 divided by 2? 1.57. So we get 13 into 1.57 into 0.09, 0.09, not 0.9, 0.09. 13 into 1.57 into 0.09. That is equal to 1.8369, something like that. 1.8369 into 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter. Is it clear to you? I think from this step onward some confusion. The resistance R is provided as 26 into, we know that the area is equal to pi d by 2 the whole square, that is equal to pi into d by 4, pi into d square by 4, that is equal to 3.14 into, here d square means 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square not divided. Here instead of that, here 3.14 into 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square divided by 4. So we can substitute the value here. 3.14 into 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square divided by length into the 4 here. So 1 into 4. So it becomes 4. Now we are going to solve the expression. We can cut it by 2. Here we have 13. Here we have 2. Again cancel this 3.14 by 2. It becomes 1.57. So the answer becomes 13 into 1.57 into 0.3 square. 0.3 into 0.3 is 0.09 into 10 raised to minus 3 square. 10 raised to minus 3 the whole square. It becomes 10 raised to minus 6. So when you multiply 13 into 1.57 into 0.09, you get an answer that is equal to 1.8369 into 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter. This is the final answer. Or we can round off this digit. So it is approximately equal to 1.84 or 83. Both are right. 84 or 83 into 10 raised to minus 6 ohm meter. Okay, this is the final answer. So when you get a question, yes.
In MCQ, if it come one options 1.83 and 1.84, what should we write? What should we tick?
that much questions will be not there. If it is 1.83 or 1.84, I think you can write 1.84. Actually, you are discussing about this rounding off in +1, because here in the final digit is 9, right? Or here the digit is 6. After 3, the next digit is 6. The 6 is greater than 5. If any number that is greater than 5, we can round off to the next largest number, that is 1.84. That is why here we are taken it as 1.84. Actually, this is we are discussing in +1, rounding of the digit. Did you study the term rounding of digits in lower classes? Rounding of?
361 time I have shown.
Yes, Ashik?
361 time I have shown last year. December.
Yes. Here also we can make the rounding of the digits. Rounding of the digit. That is, if it is 1.836, if the next digit is greater than 5, then we can round off to the next largest digit. We are going to cut the 6 onwards. Okay. So here we are going to drop the number 6, and when we are comparing the 6 is greater than 5, so we can write 1.84 ohm meter. I hope it is clear, right?
Yes,
For example, 2.437. Okay, 2.437. Here I want to drop off the digit from 3 onwards. I want to write it only in terms of 2.4. So here I am going to drop the digit 3. So what about the value of 3? Does it is greater than 5 or lesser than 5?
Lesser than 5.
3 is lesser than 5. So keep the digit as it is. That is 2.4 itself. If and only if the next digit that is we are going to drop is greater than 5, then only we can increase it by 5. Okay. So here in the present digit it is 2.437. The digit that we are going to drop is 3, and the 3 is less than 5. So the final answer is 2.4 itself. But here instead of this 3, if you have 2.487, here we are going to drop the digit 8. 8 is greater than 5, so we can round off the number into 2.5. Here we are increasing the 4 by 1, because here the next digit 8 is greater than 5. Did you get the difference? You don't need to
Yes,
be
ma'am.
bothered about it, dears. You don't need to be bothered. It is only for higher studies. Okay. You only need to study about the final answer, how you get the final answer and all. So I think it's the time we can wind up the session. So try to practice more problems based on these equations of R is equal to rho into L by. It's very, very important. I will give you more mathematical problems in the next classes. Okay. So let me